Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love.
Okay, yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my predictions for UFC Mont versus Garbrandt at the UFC Apex, man. So yeah, by the way, this was recorded on Friday at about 12:30 UK time. So if there's any changes to the card, I'm sorry man, I'm recording this before. I'll try to do it in the edit if I'm editing after some of the changes have happened. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Okay, the first fight's a little interesting one. It's Isma of the Kazakhstan, who's got a 22-1 record and he's 3-0 in the UFC, versus Rafael Alves, who's 19-9, is making his UFC debut. One thing to note, this fight was actually meant to happen last week on the pay-per-view. I don't know why it got moved, and people were putting over Rafael Silva from how he infamously missed the lightweight weight limit for a featherweight fight, which was actually the biggest weight miss in UFC history. Before that, it was Johnson, fucking Rumble Johnson. So yeah, I have Demir winning this fight decision. I like Rafael Alves, but I think this Demir guy's something else, man. You know, he's unbeaten in the UFC. He's got an outstanding record. He hasn't fought since since the COVID era, so we don't know how that's going to affect him and how he's going to be after such a long layoff. But yeah, man, I have Demir winning this, man, by decision. So yeah, my pick is Demir. Yeah, next fight we're staying in the lightweight division. It's going to be Yancy Medeiros versus Demir Hadzovic. Yeah, both men really come to scrap. Yancy Medeiros obviously is a fan favourite. Everyone will know him from that scrap with Cowboy Olivier. Like, if you ain't watched that scrap, please, man, click off this video and go watch it, because it's crazy. Yeah, but they're both on a skid at the moment. Yancy's on the 3-fight skid and Demir's on the 2-fight skid. Like I said, both men come to just have a good old scrap. It's a very close fight, you know, with the odds. The odds are completely even. You know, it's very close, but I think these men will just start scrapping and one of them just get hurt, just get knocked out, and I think that'll be it. Demir who gets knocked out. I have Yancy winning this by KO. Joshua Kulaba versus what the fuck? Shailayan Nerdem BK, who's making his UFC debut. I can't lie, man, I have no clue who this guy is. I mean, he did lose to that 21-year-old who made his debut on the Usman cards. What's his name? Rongzu or something. You know, he does have a win over Alexei Olenek. You know, not the real one, but that's got to count for something, right, man? You know, I'm picking Joshua by decision. Firstly, because I ain't got a Scooby who this Shalayan kid is. Also, he has got a draw with Charles Jourdain in his last fight on Fight Island. I think he did look really good there. He was very good in amateurs. I think he went to the Pancration World Cup, whatever it's called. Yeah, I have Joshua Calabar win this by a decision. He might even stop him, man. Vic Rodriguez versus Bruno Silva. So this is Vic Rodriguez's second fight in the UFC, and his first fight was that incredible KO loss against Adrian Yanez. And after seeing that, there's no way I see him winning this one. And after seeing Bruno Silva, the last fight against JP Bays, when he just kicked his ass, like kicked JP Bays' ass, knocked that guy out, I 100% know, and I can put this on my life, that Bruno Silva is going to win this by KO, man. Oh, this would be a good fight, man. Claudia Silva versus Mcgee. Claudia was on a 14-win streak before he fought James Krause on Fight Island, which he completely just gassed out, and James Krause just ended up just piecing him up and getting the decision win. And if you don't know, Mcgee is actually one of the toughest guys in the MMA, but he is on a 3-fight skid. So this might be Court's last dance in the UFC. For some reason, I see Silva gassing out again and losing the decision to the veteran Mcgee. Oh my god, this fight here, man. It's just jokes. This fight is so jokes. It's Ben Rothwell, obviously the veteran, 8-7 in UFC, versus Chris Barnett, who's 21-6 and is making his UFC debut. Like, this fight just reminds me of them freak show fights in Pride. Like, Chris Barnett is literally like 5'8", 5'9", and he looks about 300 pounds, and he's fighting one of the bigger heavyweights in Ben Rothwell. Now, the reason this fight was made, it was a couple of Ben Rothwell's opponents pulled out. Obviously, he was slated to fight Linz, and it seemed like he was been trying to fight Linz for like 5 years, bro. Like, it's basically the wished version of Khabib versus Tony, that is Rothwell versus Linz. So beta. You know, Chris Barnett on debut. I'm telling you, if you are bored, like, go watch Chris Barnett's highlight reel. This guy's got spinning head kicks, and for that reason alone, I ain't picking against this guy. I can't do it to myself. I have Chris Barnett winning by KO. Like, bro, this guy, I feel like he's just gonna be the one that jokes this guy's in the UFC. Like, this fight right here is the battle of the prospects. You know, Aljo looked really good against Ricardo Lamas on debut. You know, such a tough guy to make his debut against, and just lost a decision. And he looks absolutely incredible against a rising Spike Carlisle. He kicked Spike Carlisle at the UFC. You know, Ricardo Ramos is very good as well. Obviously, that spinning elbow against Faraz Zahabi's little brother. I forgot. Ayman Zahabi. Yeah, you know, it was a very tough loss his last fight out against Lerone Murphy. And for that reason alone, I feel like Ricardo Ramos is going to bounce back here, and I think he's going to win by decision. The fight I'm most excited for is next. You know, this fight for me, it might be even more exciting than the main event. It's Jack Manson versus Isma Sharbasian. You know, both men are coming off tough losses, especially Edmonds against Derek Brunson. Both are very dangerous in the first round. You know, Jack's jiu-jitsu and Edmonds' KO power could be, you know, the pendulum is either going to swing one way or the other, in my opinion. Either Edmonds going to knock this guy out early, or Jack Hermansson's going to get this guy down and get him in a leg lock or a little guillotine early, you know. I know Jack's got that knockout power, but he's not known for that. Edmonds got very good striking, and this is the classic striker versus grappling matchup. You know, I promise you, one of these guys is either going to get KO'd or submitted, you know. But I think Jack Hermansson might have the experience, you know. It's going to be tough. Edmonds Sharbasian coming off his first loss in the UFC, a beatdown by Derek Brunson, where he just got ground and pounded, and that, if that's his weakest area, Jack Hermansson might be able to sniff that out, because Jack Hermansson is a killer on the ground. And for that reason alone, and for that main reason, I mean, I can't see this going any other way than Jack Hermansson by submission. I think it's going to be an absolute barn burner of a fight, and we're really going to see here if Edmonds Sharbasian could cut it with the top 10 guys, you know, or is he on the borderline of top 10? Is he a top 15 guy, or is he even less than that? You know, it's incredible for me, and it's a really good watch seeing a guy come back who was labelled a prospect, who's a young guy, come back from his first loss. You know, I can't wait for this fight, man. I do see Jack Hermansson win this by submission, though. Ooh, this fight right here is an underrated banger. David Dvorak versus Rylan Paiva. Paiva's 2-2 in UFC, and David Dvorak is 2-0. They've got similar records, with David Dvorak being 19-3 and Rylan Paiva's being 2-2. But I'm gonna be quick on this one, man. I rate David highly. He's unbeaten in the UFC, and I have him win this one by decision. I'm just gonna be quick on it, man. Next up, man, I think we got the easiest pick of the night, to be honest. Felicia Spencer versus Norma Mont. Felicia is the clear second best women's featherweight. I know that ain't saying much, but after what Amanda did to Megan Anderson, you have to have a lot of respect for Felicia going 5 rounds with a lioness. I think Felicia is going to walk through Mont, win the decision, and might even stop her, man. Justin Taffa versus Jared Vanderaa. Jared Vanderaa is on 1 UFC, Justin Taffa is 1-2. I'm a huge fan of Justin. I actually thought he won that Carlos Felipe fight. It was razor close on that Fight Island card. Was it the Magni? I think it was the Magni Chiesa card. Yeah, I think it was that. You know, Jared did take a beating last fight, but was making his debut against a monster that is Shoji Spivak. But I don't think he's gonna be too much better tonight. Justin's got super heavy hands, and I see him putting Vanderaa to sleep. I think he sends Vanderaa out of the UFC. Time for the co-main event. Yan Xiaonan versus Carla Esparza. Yan Xiaonan is 13-1, 6-0 in UFC, and Carla Esparza is 17-6, 8-4 in the UFC, and is a former strawweight champion of the world. Like I said in my top 10 fights of 2020 video, I think this is a clear number 1 contender fight. Carla is on a 4-fight win streak that includes wins over Marina Rodriguez and Michelle Watson. Yan is unbeaten at 6-0 in the UFC, and her only loss came in her 3rd professional fight. I've counted Carla out too many times, and I should pick her, but Yan Xiaonan is so impressive I have to pick against Esparza again. I think Yan will win a super close decision in this co-main event fight, which will set up a chance to win that strawweight belt against Thug Rose Namajunas. And last but definitely not least, the main event. Rob Font versus Cody Garbrandt. Rob Font is 18-4 with 8-3 in UFC, and Cody Garbrandt is 12-3 with 7-3 in UFC. And there's obviously the former bantamweight champion of the world. In my opinion, this fight ain't as close as people think. I rate Font very highly, but I think Cody's gonna go through him like a knife through bar. Cody was scheduled to fight Davison Figueiredo for the flyweight strap, and I think he would have won that, and Cody would have been flyweight champion of the world as we speak. For my prediction, I think it's gonna be a close fight. You know, I think they're both gonna start swinging for the bleachers. And the problem with Cody is he sometimes gets too into the fight. He bites down his mouthpiece, he tenses up because he knows he's in a firefight. But the calm Cody that we saw last time against Rafael Sansao, I think that Cody can beat anyone in the world on his night, and I think he can still become bantamweight champion, or even go down to flyweight and become the champion there. I predict a Cody Garbrandt knockout in round 2. So that was my predictions for Cody Garbrandt versus Rob Font UFC Fight Night at the Apex. I'm going to be doing this every single week. I'm going to have a tally in the left hand corner, the right hand corner of you know, how many I get right and how many I get wrong, and hopefully at the end of this year we can see if I got 50 predictions right or if I got 100 wrong. You know, we're gonna see that. I know it's a little bit rambly. Normally for my videos I like to write a little script. For this I only had like a little bullet points for each one, so I got a bit rambly, and that's what I do. Obviously leave a like, subscribe and that. Should be a video out on Monday and a video out on Wednesday, and hopefully a video out next Saturday as well. So yeah, peace, love and respect. Let's go.